And we're underway here from Vardaman. Short kickoff is going to be fumbled around at the 24, up to the 30, and going to be surrounded and dropped around the 31-yard line. Shaw on the carry. Tony Shaw on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 to go for the Rams from the 31-yard line. Kenneth Scott, your quarterback.
Along with Jamie Bennett.
He's a junior. In the backfield, you'll have the sophomore Odie Armstrong, along with the senior Jerry Mims, getting the start at fullback.
Kenneth Scott's your quarterback.
Chad Williams comes wide to the right. Pratt goes wide to the left. 5-3 defensive front for the Seminoles. Williams goes in motion. Pitch sweep to Odie. Odie up to the 30, 35, bumped out of bounds around the 36-yard line. A pickup of 5 yards on 1st down for Odie Armstrong. Super sophomore having a tremendous season there, Adam.
Yeah, that's classic Armstrong running right there. Pick up 5-6 yards to carry. You know, I'm looking at seeing this Vardaman team during the fireworks show and Ace playing. This team's fired up, ready to come into tonight's ball game.
That's one of the most popular plays that you'll see from the Rams. That's pitch sweep to Armstrong. Very, very effective. 2 wide receivers go wide to the left. I formation behind Scott. Scott hands off to the fullback. That's Mims. Not much running room. Maybe a yard up to the 37-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Rams right here.
Stop made by Nathan Sarton.
We'll talk about some of the other action throughout the state, or in the north at least, later on tonight.
Gain 1, 3rd down sign for the Rams.
2 wide receivers go wide to the left. That's Travis Pratt, Philip Pratt in the slot. Scott fakes to the fullback, gives to Armstrong, who has a pickup up to the 40. He's short of the 1st down by a couple. He took a hard lick around the 40-yard line that time, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Chad Gibson made the tackle that time for the Seminoles, and Adam, that was a good hard hit on Odie Armstrong.
That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to take it, come in hard, starting this ball game. Really shouldn't have to play 4 quarters like that. But you know, with this Vardaman team, it appears they are going to punt it. But you know, with Armstrong, they could pick up the 2 yards real quick.
Scott's going to punt it away. He'll stand back at his own 27-yard line. Snap is low. No rush by Smithville. It's a high, short kick. Going to take not much of a roll around the 43 and be down at the 44-yard line. So a very short kick. It only travels 16 yards, and that's going to give the Seminoles excellent field position here on the opening drive of the night. Willie Lopez checks in at quarterback. He's number 8, 6 foot, 185-pound senior, and the guy to watch is number 44, Matt Greer, 6 foot, 185-pound tailback, who's having just a tremendous season. 4 wide receivers come wide to the left, 1 to the right. They're working out of a very deep shotgun. He's about 7 yards off the line. Low pass to throw, has good protection, wants to go deep down the sidelines. Pass is going to be complete to the 20, to the 15, the 10. Touchdown to Greer on the opening play of the game. The pass was underthrown, but Greer was able to come back to it and haul it in for a 56-yard touchdown pass, and the Seminoles are on the board.
Yeah, Tony Shaw that time, he was the man on coverage. Really thought it was going to be overthrown and played it long. But as you see, he come in and played it too long, and the receiver was able to slip back under and take it in for the touchdown.
Extra point coming up for Pete Calbearer, the place kicker.
Pete Calbearer in for the extra point attempt.
6-0. Seminoles on top with only 10-19 still in the first quarter. Snap is a good one. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 10-19 to go in the first quarter, Smithville 7, Vardaman nothing. So the Seminoles quickly, Adam, take the crowd out of the game somewhat with a quick score.
That is true, but I've seen the whole team this year. This Vardaman crowd is faithful. And with Philip Pratt, they can also just come in with a quick score like that and get the crowd right back into the game.
So the Rams will get the ball back here after a quick touchdown pass. That drive, 56 yards on one play for the touchdown. Lopez to Greer for the first score of the night. And that's a combination that we're going to see a lot throughout the night, and that's what Vardaman has to key on and try to stop them throughout the ball game here tonight. Once again, Pratt back deep to receive alongside Tony Shaw. They'll stand back around the 12-yard line. Greer to kick it off.
Greer kick off for the Seminoles.
Going to be a deep kickoff. Pratt's going to field it around the 17. Pratt up to the 25, the 30, straight up the middle. He's dropped around the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. Tackle made on special teams that time by number 15 of the Seminoles. That's Caleb Reeder. So 1st and 10 for the Rams. They get the ball right back after the quick score by Smithville. First down from their own 34-yard line. Rams coming to this game with a 9-1 record. Of course, Smithville comes in 11-0, undefeated on the year. Some impressive victories that they've had. Quick 3-step drop, out pattern is incomplete.
Shot pass incomplete, intended for Williams.
Intended for Williams, your intended receiver. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Rams.
That pass was almost thrown a little too early that time as Williams didn't turn around to look for the ball and really got to him. He was at his feet, though, when he did turn around. Really surprised he didn't go to Pratt that time. But I figured they're going to try to get the focus off Pratt tonight and maybe bust a long one to him here in a couple plays.
2nd down and 10. Dallas Gore this time goes wide to the left. Pratt in the slot once again. I formation for the Rams. Pratt goes in motion. Here's the play action. They're going to pitch it to Pratt in the backfield. He's hit, fumble on the play, recovered by the Seminoles at the 20-yard line. Number 2 there once again for Smithville. That's Chad Gibson making another big play. And just like that, Smithville has the ball 1st and 10 deep in Vardaman territory.
Yeah, that's a play I haven't seen Vardaman run this year. Many times I've been down here, so maybe they just wasn't used to executing that play.
Coach Bray has Ken Scott over the sidelines, and he's trying to explain what went wrong that time. And really, it was just good penetration by Gibson. He got in the backfield, and Pratt never really had a chance. He was right in his face when he tried to catch the ball. Wishbone formation now for the Seminoles. 2 wide receivers set. Lopez on the option. He's going to keep it. Lopez hitting the backfield, gets away from a couple of tackles, finally dragged down around the 24-yard line. Tackle made in there by number 31 of the Rams. That's Greg Cardwell, who made the stop. It'll be a loss on the play back to the 24 and bring up 2nd down and 14 for Smithville.
Loss of 4, 2nd down 14 for Seminoles.
Seminoles come up to the line. Kimbrough goes wide to the left. Wishbone formation once again. Both tailbacks in the upright position. Lopez wants to throw, swings to the right. Now it's going to go back to the near side. He's got a man open in the end zone. Incomplete. Broken up at the last minute there by Ernest. Good recovery by Ernest, as that pass was a little bit underthrown, or that would have been 6 points.
Yeah, that's a close play right there. You saw the fans on Smithville side wanted to flag that time, and it would have been close. I believe really they ruled it as just really not a chance to catch it with Ernest getting in between the ball.
3rd down and 14 facing the Seminoles now. Probably 4-down territory right here in this situation. They'll go with 2 men in the backfield now. Lopez up under center. He drops back to throw. Has good protection. Lopez now under some pressure. Gets away. Throws down the sidelines. Greer's wide open to the 10 to the 5. And touchdown Smithville. 24 yards out from Lopez to Greer. And they've hooked up now twice on the night. And this game, with only just under 3 minutes gone by, Smithville already up 13-0.
Lopez to Greer for 44.
This is the same way Smithville started out last time I was here with just getting clips on this ball game. They started out 2 touchdowns real quick, and Vardaman answered back.
Pete Calbarrow once again will attempt the PAT. Lopez putting up some impressive passing yards here. He had a 56-yard touchdown pass, and now a 24-yard touchdown pass. The kick is good, and the Seminoles take a 14-0 lead with 9:06 to go in the first quarter of play. We're going to take a station break here from some of our sponsors. We'll be back with more Ram football here on TV7, TV 34. Stay with us. And welcome back to Vardaman, where the Rams already down 14-0. And Greer to kick it off. He scored 2 touchdowns tonight. Kickoff comes to the near sideline. It's going to be fielded at the 12-yard line, up to the 25, still on his feet, and it's going to be surrounded and dropped around the 32-yard line. Tony Shaw on the return for the Rams. And the Rams will get good field position around the 32-yard lines, but they've had good field position on both drives. And we mentioned in the pregame the Rams cannot afford to make mistakes, and that's something, Adam, they did in the first game, which really cost them.
Yeah, and it started out just as you seen that fumble a while ago. So really, truly, Vardaman needs to step it up. This isn't looking like the Vardaman team. Really, they're really a slow start at the beginning, but which should be picking up their play now with this being their third possession of the night.
Pratt goes wide to the left. Chad Williams in the slot. Kenneth Scott is going to hand it off to Armstrong off left tackle. He bangs his way across the 40-yard line. A pickup of about 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Rams. Lopez, Adam Lopez, 2 out of 3 on the night for 80 yards passing in 3 minutes. Pretty good.
Yeah, that is. But that's one thing Vardaman have to do tonight. They want to stick with Armstrong before they can open up their passing. Armstrong able to pick up a good bit of yardage each time he touches the ball, so they should stick with that for the rest of the night.
Rams are struggling. Sitz plays for only 2 yards so far, but now they're in a good position. 2nd down and 3. They give to Mims up the middle. Mims picking his way up to the 45 and a 1st down. That'll move the chains for the Rams. Their first down of the night.
1st down Rams.
Good job of Mims that time. He didn't have a lot of running room, but he was able to follow his blocks, be very patient, and get the 1st down that time for the Rams.
45-yard line.
Armstrong has carried 3 times now for 14 yards. Mims, 2 carries for 7 yards. 21 yards rushing thus far for Vardaman on 5 carries. Averaging around 4 yards per carry on the night. Scott on a little delay handoff to Armstrong. Armstrong battling his way up to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 3 that time. Greer was there to make the initial hit. Also helping out once again, number 2, Chad Gibson. So already, Adam, we can see who the 2 players to watch tonight, and that's Gibson and Greer. They've been on about every play offensively and defensively.
That's a smart play by Greer that time, going for the feet of Armstrong. Really, that's the only way you're able to tackle Armstrong, because he's so powerful in the upper body.
2nd down and 7 here for the Rams. Dallas Gore comes wide to the left. Pratt goes, or wide to the right, rather. Pratt to the left. Offset, running back to the left. Scott wants to go deep for Pratt. He's double covered down there, and it's going to be intercepted. I think Lopez came up with it around the 19-yard line. He did. Willie Lopez with the INT. 2nd turnover of the night for Vardaman, and not a real smart play that time, throwing into double coverage, and Lopez was able to go up above Pratt and make the interception.
Yeah, if that's one thing, that's really what's going to hurt them tonight. Also, they're going to be able to double coverage Pratt, because really and truly Vardaman does not have a real excellent receiver on the other end. They have 2 solid receivers also, but Vardaman's going to step up on their defense if they want to plan on staying in this ball game. Don't let it get out of hand too quick.
1st and 10 for the Seminoles from the 19-yard line. Receiver in motion, pitch sweep to Greer. Greer's got an opening up to the 20, up to the 24-yard line. Dropped there by a gang of Ram tacklers. Armstrong was there. Also in on the stop, number 10, Pratt. And 31 also in there, Greg Cardwell. And Chad Williams also on the stop. So a gang of Rams that time on the tackle. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 24-yard line. 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Smithville already on top 14-0 with a couple of touchdown passes from Lopez to Greer. Kimbrough goes wide to the right. Here's the handoff to Greer on the little delay. He's hit the backfield and dropped for a loss this time back to the 23-yard line. That play a little slow developing, and Vardaman able to get penetration from the defensive front and drop Greer for a loss that time, and that's going to force them into a 3rd down and 6 situation.
Yes, that's what I've been looking for right there in Kevin Ezel. He's able to get in there and get penetration. You know, he's almost blocked a couple of punts this season already, so he's a real good defensive lineman there.
Long of 1, 3rd down 6 for the nose.
Kimbrough wide to the left. 3 men in the backfield now in motion for the Smithville is number 10, that's Span. Back to throw, Lopez on the run, complete, no, Span dropped it. Looked like he had it in his hands, but could not hold on. Shaw out there on the coverage, able to break it up. It'll be 4th down now and 6, and Smithville's going to have to give it the football here on the punt.
Bring up 4th down for the nose.
So for the first time tonight, the Seminoles will have to kick. Rams should get good field position here. Robert Ernest is back deep to receive along with Pratt. Kimbrough will do the kicking. He'll stand back at his own 11-yard line. Snap is a good one. Kick is away, and it's going to be angled toward the near sideline. Hits at the 50, takes a Seminole roll. It's going to be down around the 39-yard line. So Vardaman will take over the football at their own 39-yard line. That's a 36-yard punt. No return. So the Seminoles give up the football, and now Vardaman must make something happen here on offense. Their first 3 possessions, they had a 3 and out, a fumble, and an interception, and that's not the way you want to start the football game.
All right, give a quick rundown of tonight's sponsors. That'd be Grenada Nissan, the Ram Shack, Ward Shortstop, Vardaman Tire and Lube, Hawkins Parts, Pat's Computer Consultant, Pryor Funeral Home, Gris Store, Representative Joey Gris, and Pryor Funeral Home.
First and 10 for the Rams at the 39-yard line. Scott up under center. I formation, give us to Mims off the left side. He's got an opening to the 45 to the 50. First down, Rams to the 45 in Seminole territory.
That's classic Rams football right there. Really, that's what they need to do for the rest of the night. They need to open that. Mims and Armstrong open up their game and then go for the big plays to Pratt.
16 yards on the play for Vardaman. That's the biggest run of the night for the Rams. 10 plays now for 26 yards on the night. First and 10, Vardaman at the 45-yard line in Smithville territory. 5-3 front here for the Seminoles. Offset fullback to the left. They give to Armstrong, who runs right behind Mims. Gets a little bit of running room to the 41, and he stood up there after a gain of about 4 yards. You don't mind that. If you're going to stand him up and you get 4 or 5 yards on pop, then that's good football right there. That's old Woody Hayes football. 4 yards in a cloud of dust, and next thing you know, you have a first down. So 2nd and 6 here for the Rams. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Smithville on top, 14-0. Offset eye to the left side. Back to throw is Scott. Pump fakes once. Scott going to tuck it in now. He's got running room with the 40. Scott to the 35, and he is drilled. Fumble on the play. Vardaman does recover it as Pratt fell on it, I believe. And it's going to be marked around the 38-yard line. Scott's got to protect the ball a little bit better than that. He took a hard lick on the sidelines that time, and fortunately, Philip Pratt heads up play to fall on it.
Yeah, Pratt also took a big lick that time when he went dove on the ball. But it almost seemed that Kenneth Scott that time thought the play was called down. He just stopped running, and the player just slapped it out from behind.
A gain of 3 on the play, so 3rd down and 3 now for Vardaman. Vance goes wide to the left. Pratt to the near side. I formation for the Rams. Smithville showing blitz. They throw it over the middle, wide open, incomplete. Intended for the tight end that time, Ryan Springer, who had an opening on the little crossing pattern. Just a little quick hitch. And the pass was a little bit off the mark, and that'll bring up 4th down and 3 for the Rams. They'll go for it.
Yeah, I believe Kenneth Scott just got a little over anxious on that pass that time, really throwing it too hot for the receiver to pull in.
So Pratt struggling here, Kenneth Scott struggling here tonight. He's 0 for 3 on the night with 1 interception. Scott comes up under center. Power eye offset to the left. Pitch sweep to Armstrong. Armstrong trying to get to the corner. He's being chased. He stumbles a moment, but he has the first down to the 31-yard line. Armstrong was able to elude Matt Greer that time, who had a chance to tackle him for a loss back at the 40. But Armstrong showed the speed to get around the corner, and he stumbled, or he might have had more yardage, but it is a first down to the 31.
Yeah, that's the play they like with Armstrong. Just pitch it out to him when he goes, let him use his speed and bust it outside.
6 carries for 28 yards on the night for Armstrong. Richard Ernest comes wide to the right along with Williams. Now it looks like we may have a flag on the play, or maybe a official's timeout as they go over to talk to Coach Bowling and the Smithville staff.
And Don, let us mention here Pat's Computer Consultant. Pat's Computer Consultant, digital photos for Christmas cards, no job too small or too large. Pat's Computer Consultant, printing and training, computer and software sales and installation. Right here on Main Street in Vardaman, call 682-7554.
First and 10 rounds.
Dual wide receivers come wide to the right. Here's the give up the middle, and that is going to be Scott on the keeper. Inside the 30, down to around the 27-yard line. Scott just decided to keep it off the left side, picks up a little bit of running room. 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Second down 6 for the Rams.
I do believe it's time for the Rams really just to hand this ball off to Armstrong, as Armstrong is checking out of the game now. But Mills really and truly, him and Armstrong, they really just need to take this game on their shoulders.
This Vardaman Ram now, Vardaman Ram drive, 7 plays, 34 yards so far. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go first quarter. Pitch sweep here to Pratt in the backfield. Pratt to the 30, Pratt to the 25, gets around the corner and has a first down inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. That'll move the chains once again for the Rams. Philip Pratt working out of the I formation that time at running back, and he used his speed to get out to the corner and pick up a first down.
Yeah, if you're a Vardaman fan, that's one thing you want to see coming out of Pratt, him really getting fired up and getting into the ball game, feeling it.
Seminoles are going to have to think it over as Vardaman moving the ball against them now. And Smithville has taken a timeout here with 2:10 to go in the first quarter.
Let us mention Union Planters Bank, Calhoun City and Derma, one of our sponsors tonight. Griess Company Store, Representative Joey and Susan Griess. Also Pryor Funeral Home in Calhoun City. And as we said, Pat's Computer Consultant right here on Main Street in Vardaman. Hawkins Auto Parts in Calhoun City say go Trent Parker from Hawkins Auto Parts. Vardaman Tire and Lube here in Vardaman. Ward Shortstop. Also the Ram Shack for the best steaks and blooming onions. The Ram Shack here in Vardaman, and also Grenada Nissan. James Van Adingham and all the staff at Grenada Nissan, another proud sponsor right here tonight. Remember, all of our sponsors making the Vardaman Rams game possible here on your local Sports Connection.
So with 2:10 to go, we're back here at the timeout. And Adam in 2A action tonight, Louisville Central, who knocked off Bruce, playing Etman Tachi. And, of course, Oklahoma's a team we've seen this year. They're taking on Boonville in 2A action. What do you think?
I believe Boonville's going to come out on that ball game. Really, Louisville, they got lucky last time when they beat Bruce. Bruce really killed themselves as they did against Oklahoma. So I'm looking for Louisville to come out on the short end of that ball game.
First and 10 for Vardaman. Pratt still in the backfield in the I formation. Here's the gift to Mims off the right side. Fumble on the play, and Smithville has recovered at the 11-yard line. Another turnover by Vardaman, the third of the night. Mims took a hard lick and he coughed it up, and that takes away a nice drive that time of some 40-plus yards, and Smithville will take over the football now at their own 10-yard line. First and 10 to go with 2:01 to go in the first quarter.
First and 10 from their own 10-yard line.
And it looks like the other ball game. Really, turnovers are killing Vardaman tonight, as the first meeting did between Smithville. So really, Vardaman's backfield need to tighten up and hold on to the ball.
You can't afford to make mistakes like this against a quality team such as Smithville. Lopez hands off the right side of the fullback. That's up to the 14-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6 here for Smithville.
Gibson, your ball carrier.
It appears that the Vardaman Rams really hadn't gotten into their game yet, as on defense seems like they're panicking, running around, getting ready to get set. And maybe they just hadn't got into their groove yet in the ball game.
Kimbrough comes wide to the left. Greer, your lone setback this time, as Spann lines up at the wingback position. They fake it to Greer. Lopez wants to throw. He throws incomplete. Underthrew his intended receiver that time, Kimbrough.
Lopez pass incomplete.
And that'll bring up third down and 6 here for the Seminoles.
For Kimbrough. Bring up third down.
14-0 in case you just joined us. Smithville scored in a hurry. Scored 2 touchdowns in under 3 minutes in the first quarter of action. A couple of touchdown passes from Lopez to Greer, and now Smithville going to take another timeout with 1:23 to go in the first quarter of play. And welcome back to Vardaman. Don Brooks along with Adam Gore and Bill Morgan and also Ken Johnson. Here's a keeper by Lopez. Not much running room for Lopez this time as he's up to only the 14-yard line, and that'll bring up fourth down, and once again Smithville will have to punt. So the Rams are going to get the football back once again in good field position. And if I was a Rams here, I think I would try to make something happen, go after the kick here. They've got Ernest back deep to receive. Robert Ernest.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see Kevin Ezell almost get in there and block this one. You know, he's been pretty close all season, being able to get through that line.
Kimbrough to kick it. He gets it away. A good high kick by Kimbrough is going to hit at the 39-yard line, take a Smithville bounce up to around the 49, and it'll be down there around the 49-yard line. A 35-yard kick with no return. And once again, Vardaman has good field position at their 49-yard line of Smithville. And Adam, that hasn't been a problem tonight. Vardaman's had good field position every time they've gotten the ball.
Yeah, now I'm anxious to see if the Vardaman offense comes out fired up or if they're really down on themselves after turning the ball over this last time. Really and truly, Vardaman doesn't need to get down on themselves. They're still in the ball game with the score being 14-0 with 38 seconds left.
1st and 10 to go for the Rams. Gore goes wide to the left. Williams comes to the right. Power eye offset to the right. Williams goes in motion. Scott's going to pitch it to Pratt. Pratt trying to get to the corner, the 50, cuts it back inside, spins to the 46-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 yards to go here for the Rams.
It appears the Rams are giving Armstrong a break here with 14 seconds left, just letting him catch his breath and get rested up, ready to come in fired up this 2nd quarter.
8 seconds to go in the quarter. That could have been the last play in the 1st quarter. I'm not sure the Rams will get it off here. 2 seconds, Scott up under center. He's not going to get it off. That's going to do it for the 1st quarter of play. With your score, Smithville 14, Vardaman nothing. It's been all Smithville here in the 1st quarter. We're going to take a station break. We're going to be back with some 1st quarter stats with Ken right after these messages.
After 1 quarter of play, Lopez passing is 2 for 5 for 80 yards. Greer has caught both of those passes for 80 yards. Individually rushing for Smithville, Gibson 1 carry 4 yards. Lopez 2 carries minus 4 yards, and Greer 1 carry 5 yards. Smithville has 84 yards of total offense on 10 plays, and we'll be back later on with some more stats.
1st and 10 here for the Rams from the 44-yard line in Seminole territory. Scott wants to go deep for Williams out there. Williams is bumped. No flag on the play as the ball goes sailing out of bounds, incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd down now and about 7 yards to go for the Rams.
I believe that's a good no call there. Really not enough contact, really, as number 22 for the Rams went down as he appeared that he slipped was Chad Williams. So good no call there that time by the refs.
So 3rd down and 6 yards, or 3rd down and 7 facing the Rams here. So a big play coming up here for Vardaman, trying to keep this drive alive. Scott comes up under center. Mims going to go wide to the left. 2 wide receivers go to the right. Armstrong, your lone setback. Back to throw is Scott. He's going to swing it out to Armstrong. Incomplete. And Coach Bray not too happy right now with Kenneth Scott. He struggled the entire night. It'll bring up 4th down now and 7 yards to go for the Rams.
I'm really surprised how many times Vardaman went to the air in this ball game. Really, those 2 big passes. Really, they hadn't really set up their running game good enough yet to open up their passing game.
Scott 0 for 5 on the night. He hasn't completed a pass yet. He's really struggled. And that's something the Rams have been very good at earlier this season, a good balance between the run and the pass, but no yards passing so far tonight in just over a quarter of play. Greer back deep to receive. The kick is away. It's a terrible kick off the side of the foot. It goes out of bounds, and let's see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35-yard line, it appears. It's going to be about a 13-yard kick. And Scott struggling both at quarterback and punting tonight. And that's going to give Smithville great field position, and the Rams just nothing going right so far here in the 1st half.
Well, I believe the referees missed a call that time as Scott got hit after he punted the ball and really took a good shot from one of the linemen from the Seminoles.
1st and 10 to go here for Smithville from the 34-yard line, 35-yard line. Power I formation now behind Lopez. Lopez gives it off to Greer off the right side. He powers his way up to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 here for the Seminoles. Really been impressed with Lopez tonight. He's done a good job back in the backfield throwing the football and also very poised back there. He's a senior quarterback, and Smithville, of course, a state champion a few years ago, and they are primed to try to get back down to Jackson. Power I formation once again. Play action, back to throw is Lopez. He's under some pressure, and he's going to be under sacked back there by Zale, I believe. Hambone got him and dropped him for a big loss back around the 29-yard line. Good penetration that time by the defensive front of the Rams, and they were able to get to Lopez and corral him that time.
Good play that time by Uzel. Really, one thing I surprised with the Vardaman Rams tonight that I've watched throughout the games, they're really blitzing on the outside. During most of the games, they've been shooting the inside gaps, and really, maybe that's what's slowing them down on defense, not trying to blitz on the outside, not getting to the quarterback or the runners, as they're mainly keeping it to the inside.
3rd down and 16 here for the Seminoles. 4 wide receivers go wide to the left. Lopez out of the shotgun is back to throw. Looking left all the way. Now throws over the middle of the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Vance almost intercepted, but it was a little bit too high for him. He could not pull it down. And it'll be 4th down now, and a punting situation coming up here for Smithville.
That's the 3rd time in a row Vardaman's defense has really stepped up to the challenge. You know, the offense is lacking, and the Vardaman Rams defense is really picking up for the offense.
So 4th down, Kimbrough will drop back to punt it. Ernest and Pratt to receive it back around the 36-yard line. Snap is a good one. Kick is away. A good kick angle to the far side. Is going to take another good roll for the Seminoles down inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line. So once again, a nice punt. 35-yard kick once again. He's been averaging right around 35 yards the entire night with no return. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it seems that everything's really going Smithville way right now. As you know, every punt really is taking a Smithville roll. Vardaman hasn't been able to get a break in this ball game yet.
For all you fans out there watching, try say Smithville Seminoles 3 times in a row. See if you can do it. Smithville Seminoles. Smithville Seminoles. Tongue twister. I formation here for the Rams. 2 wide receivers coming to the near side. Scott looking left. He throws out there and off the hands of Pratt, incomplete. Once again, the pass was behind Philip Pratt, who had to try to go up and reach behind it to pick up the pass, and it was off his hand, incomplete.
You know, I believe the Rams need to really avoid their passing game. It's not working for them so far, so really they need to get back on their ground attack where they're most successful at. Odie Armstrong able to pick up 5 or 6 yards to carry. Really and truly, they need to put the ball in Armstrong's hand, let him take over the ball game.
2nd down and 10 here for Vardaman. Gore and Pratt come wide to the near side. I formation for the Rams on 2nd down and 10. Scott gives it off to Armstrong, who has an opening to the 40, 45, and close to a 1st down up around the 46-yard line. Appears that he does have the 1st down. A gain of 10 on the play. And that's what you're talking about, Adam. Just give the ball to Armstrong. Let him get 4 or 5 yards a pop.
That is true. And plus, they have a blocker in Mills, really powerful, able just to bust his way through there and open up the holes for Armstrong.
It is a 1st down for the Rams. 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. Rams trying to get on the board, trailing in the game 14-0. Pratt comes wide to the near side. Williams goes to the right. 5 men across the front to give us to Mims up the middle. Mims drives his way to the 49-yard line. A pickup of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
There was an example of Mills' power there. As you saw, he got hit, but he was able still just to work his feet and fight for a yard further.
Armstrong tonight has carried 7 times for 39 yards. So he's averaging about 5.8 yards per carry. And you can't ask any more than that right there. Armstrong the lone setback now, 2nd down and 6. Scott is going to call a timeout. He didn't like what he saw that time from the Smithville defensive front, and he's going to take a timeout here with 8:42 to go. That's the first timeout used by Vardaman tonight. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back with more from Vardaman, so stay with us. You're watching a Ram presentation of TV7, TV 34.
554, Pat's Computer Consultant right here in Vardaman.
2nd down and 6, fumble on the play. Mims able to take the bobble. He's got an opening to the 40, to the 35, down to the 33. So a busted play that time for Vardaman. They fumbled the snap. It popped up in the air. Mims was able to control it, and he turns it into a 17-yard pickup and a 1st down to the Smithville 33-yard line.
Tell you what, the only thing stopping Mills from going all the way that time was the official in the middle, as he just took a good lick from Mills, but he was able to stay on his feet, so good job by the official that time.
1st and 10 for Vardaman. Gore goes wide to the right. Pratt to the near side. Power eye offset to the right. The give is to Armstrong off the right side. Spins his way inside the 30, maybe to the 29. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 here facing the Rams. Armstrong now up to 42 yards on the night.
And that's what the Rams need to stick with right there. Just keep the ball on the ground and let Armstrong and Mills take control of this ball game.
Mims, after that nice 18-yard run, now has 6 carries for 46 yards on the night. So the Rams are approaching 100 yards between the two. Here's Armstrong off the left side, breaks the tackle, and gets down to the 21-yard line, and a first down for the Rams. A gain of 8 on the play, and that'll move the chains for the Vardaman Rams.
Now this is starting to look like Rams football. You know, in the beginning of the game, they passed a lot. That was really not the style of the Vardaman Rams, but now they're getting back into their style, and they're starting to be successful.
That's the 7th first down of the night for Vardaman for 102 yards of total offense. All of that on the ground, of course. So they are over 100 yards now in rushing. Scott up under center, fakes the pitch, gives to Mims. Mims bounces off of one tackler, battles his way, breaking tackles inside the 20 to about the 18. Gain of about 4 on the play.
That's the reason I've named like Mims Little Walker. He's just like Herschel Walker, even the number. He just bounces off players and makes things happen.
50 yards on the night for Armstrong, 50 for Mims. So they're dead even. As the Rams running the football very effectively tonight. The turnovers have been their Achilles heel. 3 turnovers tonight. 2nd down and 6. Scott up under center. Pitches it to Armstrong, sweeping to the right, cuts it back inside, breaks one tackle, and then he's dropped around the 16-yard line, maybe the 15.
That was a good job of pursuit that time by the Seminoles. Really, as soon as they see Armstrong get the ball, just about every man turns and heads for him.
A pickup of 3 on the play, so call it 3rd down and 3 here for the Rams. 6 minutes to go in the first half of play, and Vardaman could really use some points on this drive. They were in Smithville territory back in the first quarter and fumbled it away. Power I formation now with Armstrong, your eye back. They're going to pitch it to him left side. Armstrong trying to get to the outside to the 15. Breaks a tackle on the 10 to the 5. Inside the 5, he dives for the end zone. He touchdown Rams. Just a great individual effort by Odie Armstrong. 17-yard touchdown run. Or excuse me, a 15-yard touchdown run for Odie Armstrong, and the Rams are on the board.
See the fireworks going off here, and Vardaman Rams have now gotten back into this ball game. You know, this is how they started off. They started off slow against Smithville the first time, and really now they're coming back into the ball game. So Vardaman Rams should be able to pick up their play.
Ernest will attempt the extra point. Snap is not a good one, but he's able to get it off, and it is going to be no good off to the right. And I don't think I would be shooting fireworks while a guy's trying to kick, but I don't know about that. But anyway, the kick is no good. So the score: Smithville 14, Vardaman 6 here with 5:39 to go in the first half.
You are supporting the Rams right here tonight.
That's really unusual for Ernest to miss that field goal. He's been solid the whole year, so that could come back and haunt the Rams later on in the ball game.
That last drive by the Rams, 10 plays, 65 yards, an impressive drive, 4 first downs, and they did it all on the ground and were very effective. Here's a short kickoff, going to be fielded around the 18-yard line, up to the 32-yard line and tackled there. Number 20 on the return that time for Smithville, and it's going to be Pipkins.
That's Bradley White on the tackle that time, able to come in real low and trip him up as he was about to turn on the afterburners and break it to the outside.
So 1st and 10 here for Smithville. Big defensive series here for the Rams. They'll try to hold again and get that football back before the half. 5:33 to go in the first half of action. Ball rests at the 32.5-yard line. 1st and 10 for the maroon-clad Seminoles, who brought a good crowd across the way. They're standing up and down the fence. Lopez up under center. Sits men across the front for Vardaman to give us to Greer. Greer straight up the middle, up to the 35-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 7 here for the Seminoles.
Tell you what, Greer got lucky that time as he was able to, that Mills just come in a little second too late, because if he would have made contact, Mills come in with a full head of steam, was looking for blood.
2nd down and 7 from the 35-yard line. Bill's over here thinking about some hot chocolate. Wishbone formation here for Smithville. Twin wide receiver set from the 35. Lopez calls out the signals, rolls out to the right on the option. Lopez going to keep it to the 35, the 40. He's going to be a flag down as he crossed the 40-yard line, the 45 up to the 46. It is a first down, but there is a flag on the field around the 38-yard line. And if I'm not mistaken, the first penalty marker of the night. Holding against Smithville, and that will back them up 10 yards from the point of the foul. So a huge break that time for the Rams. So that'll negate the first down run by Lopez and force Smithville into a second down and about 12. Or excuse me, second down and about 17.
This is the opportunity right here that Vardaman's looking for. Their first penalty on the night, so the defense really needs to tighten up and play big here.
Interesting stat in the game for Smithville. No first downs on the night. They scored 2 long passes for touchdowns, but they have not had a first down. Lopez, little 3-step drop, wants to go deep down the far sideline, overshot the intended receiver as Kimbrough across the way. Covered out there by Ernest, and it'll be third down now and about 16.
Tell you what, Vardaman got lucky on that play right there that he overthrew, and really Ernest appeared that he wasn't paying attention, and if the ball would have stayed in bounds, he could have been in for 6.
Timeout taken now by Smithville. I believe that's their last timeout here. With 4:29 to go, we're going to take a break. You're watching Ram football here on TV7, TV 34, your local sports connection. Back in a moment. And welcome back here to Vardaman. Big play coming up here for Smithville. Third down and 15. Lopez out of the shotgun. He's back to throw, has good protection. Going to go over the middle, and it is intercepted at the 47-yard line. Williams to the 35, still on his feet, fumble on the play, recovered by Williams at the 28-yard line. And all of a sudden, the brakes are shifting the way of the Rams. And it's first and 10, Vardaman at the Smithville 28-yard line. I was just about to mention Lopez was 2 for 7 on the night for 80 yards. That was the first 2 passes of the game for 2 touchdowns. Since then, he's 0 for 5, and he's minus 14 yards rushing on the night. Vardaman has the football back now. Townsend in the game now at the running back position. Scott hands it off to Armstrong off the right side. He's got running room down to about the 20. There's a flag on the play as Armstrong has the first down, it appears, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
And it appears it's going to be on number 61. It's a ref who was quickly up in his face, telling him whatever he did wrong, he must have been pretty serious. The ref looked like he was pretty mad.
So that'll be an additional mark-off against the Seminoles, and it'll give the Rams a first down.
Tell you what, that's something the Seminoles do not want. They do not want this Vardaman team to get a head full of steam, because once this Vardaman team gets rolling, they are hard to stop.
Odie Armstrong now 12 carries for 77 yards, so he's approaching a 100-yard mark here in the first half of play. They're going to mark it all the way just inside the 10, so first and goal to go for the Rams. Power I formation, Townsend and Mims with Armstrong, your tailback. The give is to Armstrong off the left side, breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, dives forward to the 6-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. It'll be second down and goal here for the Rams.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see that classic Vardaman play, just pitch out to Armstrong and just let his speed take it into the end zone.
3 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the first half. The Rams trying to tie this game up. Of course, they would have to go for 2 if they score and try to tie it up. I would think Coach Bray would elect to do that. Second down and goal here for the Rams. Scott gives it off to Mims up the middle, and Mims is inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. Gain of a couple on the play. It'll be third down and goal now for the Rams at the 4-yard line.
I guess Vardaman was thinking Smithville was thinking the same thing I am, as they was trying to trick him and just give it a quick handoff up to Mims up the middle.
Third down goal number 4.
This is a surprising move right here as Coach Bray took Armstrong out just close to the end zone.
Third down and goal at the 4. Pitch sweep to Pratt. Pratt cuts it back inside, and he is hit and he is into the end zone. There is a flag on the play thrown right around the pile-up. Pratt with a tough run to get in the end zone. And the flag is going against Smithville. It is declined. Touchdown, Rams.
And the fireworks go off again. This is the best time for this to happen to this Vardaman Ram team. Going into halftime, they're getting the momentum, and this could be the deciding point going into the second half.
Vardaman is going to go for 2 here to try to tie the game like we anticipated. As Scott gets the signal from the sidelines and Coach Bray.
Rams will go for 2.
Pratt will stay in the game at tailback. Townsend and Mims, the 2 up backs. Scott, pitch sweep here to Pratt. Same play, except to the other side. A fumble on the play. Smithville picks it up, but this is not college football. You cannot return it for 2 points. So your score with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first half. Smithville still in the lead by the score of 14-12.
In the half, 14, Rams 20.
With that missed 2-point conversion and the missed field goal, that could come back to haunt the Rams, just as the field goals did with the state against Kentucky.
4 plays for 28 yards on that particular drive for Vardaman as they got the turnover, the interception by Williams. He ran it back down, and then of course the fumble, and Mims recovered for the Rams, and then they took it into the end zone for the touchdown. 2-point conversion, no good, and your score 14-12. As you take a look at the Ram mascot here on the near side. And something a mascot should never do, take his head off. So the Rams will kick off with 2:41 to go in the first half of play.
Ernest to kick off for the Rams.
Ernest will do the kicking. The kick is a low liner right down the middle. It's going to be fielded around the 25-yard line up to the 30, and he's still on his feet across the far side, finally driven out of bounds around the 38-yard line. Michael Nails, I believe, on the return.
Smithville, 1st and 10.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for Smithville at the 38-yard line. So they'll go on offense here with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half, leading by 2 points. Smithville, of course, ran off 14 straight points in the first 2 minutes and 59 seconds. But Vardaman has really taken over the game since then. Smithville still without a first down on the night. First and 10 to go for the Seminoles. 4 wide receivers go wide to the left. Nobody in the backfield behind Lopez. Lopez going to try to keep it on the quarterback draw. He's surrounded and dropped. Back at the 36-yard line. Eisenberg made the tackle, number 77.
It appears this Vardaman team has gotten woke up now late in this second quarter.
Eisenberg, a 300-pound junior. And you got him and Ezel both in there at 300 pounds. And that's quite a load up to, if you're going to run it up the middle. You're going to have to get some good blocking up front. Second down and 12 here for the Seminoles. Lopez, pitch sweep here to Greer. Greer off the left side, has a little bit of running room across the 40, up to the 41. A pickup of 5 on the play. Greg Cardwell made the tackle from his outside linebacker position, and it'll be 3rd down and about 7.
Yeah, 5. Bring him 3rd down 7 with a nose.
Minute and a half to go here in the first half. Knowles trying to get something going here before the half. Trying to get some points on the board. Rams would like to hold them right here and get one more shot themselves. Lopez up under center. They're going to fake the handoff, back to throw Lopez. He's under some pressure, gets away from one, throws deep down the field, got a man wide open, but it's incomplete. Intended that time for number 28, Jordan Summerford, the tight end, who was all alone as Vance kind of let him slip away that time, and that could have been a touchdown had he been able to haul it in.
The Rams got lucky that time. It appears the coverage man really just stopped because they thought the quarterback stopped in the backfield. So there's a break there for the Rams.
Smithville's longest possession of the night has been 4 plays. They haven't sustained any type of drive. They really caught Vardaman off guard in the early going. They came out with several wide receivers, 4 wide receiver sets. Now they're going to go for it here. Vardaman trying to get a timeout. Lopez back to throw. He's under pressure. Lopez rolling to the right. He has to get away, and he cannot do it. They're going to surround him and drop him. Armstrong was there on the tackle along with Rolando Townsend. Also there, number 50 for the Rams, Trent Parker. And the Rams were trying to call a timeout that time. They couldn't get it, and it worked out for their benefit. Not able to get the timeout. They get the stop instead on Lopez, and now they got the ball back at the 44-yard line in Smithville territory.
Tell you what, the Smithville Seminoles want to watch out for Pratt here. This is Pratt territory. You give him the ball up here, and Pratt can make plays happen, as he has all season long in this area.
Pratt's got single coverage out here on Lopez. Now the safety is going to come over. So they're going to double team Pratt if they try to go deep. Scott has 3 wide receivers to the right. He's back to throw. Going to go to try to do it anyway. He throws deep down the sidelines into double coverage, and it is incomplete. He threaded the needle that time, a nice pass, and really a pass that Pratt should have caught as it goes off his chest incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
You know, if I'm a Ram, you know, that's a big tough play right there. But listen, it was Pratt's talent. I would go for it again. Pratt is able to haul it in. Really some tough break that time, as Pratt really hadn't got used to catching the ball yet. So I look for the Rams to go for it again on that, going to Pratt also.
Good pass that time by Kenneth Scott. He laid it right on the money. But Pratt not able to haul it in. It's 2nd down and 10 now. Wishbone formation. Scott wants to throw again. Lobs it over the middle. Got Armstrong wide open to the 25, the 20. Hit. Still on his feet to the 15, down to the 12. It takes more than one Seminole to bring that man down.
I was about to say, when Vardaman took over the ball, 58 seconds is a long time for the Rams. You know, I've seen them score with 58 seconds left. I've seen them score and take about 6 seconds off the clock. So this is what the Rams need going into halftime. Just pick up a great bit of momentum here.
They're going to mark him down at the 14-yard line. And so the Rams will have it 1st and 10 to go at the 14 with 39 seconds to go. 172 yards in total offense now tonight for the Rams. They've almost doubled up the number of plays on Smithville. Smithville has run 20 plays, Vardaman 37, so Vardaman has controlled the time of possession tonight. And now with a chance to grab the lead before halftime. 8 first downs now on the night for the Rams. Smithville still looking for their first. The Rams have really dominated this game since the first half of the first quarter, where Smithville scored 2 quick touchdowns. Since then, they haven't been able to get anything going offensively. So 1st and 10 from the 14. Scott back to throw. Wants to lob up the fade pattern in the corner for Pratt. It is caught for a touchdown to Philip Pratt. Double P with a touchdown reception from 14 yards out from Kenneth Scott.
There goes the fireworks again. As I said, I dug on the triple threat. And you do not want these fellas to get in the ballgame when the triple threat is all clicking on the same cylinder. The Vardaman Rams team is hard to stop.
Vardaman will go for the PAT this time. Ernest will attempt the extra point. To try to make it a 19-14 lead. Vardaman tries to call timeout. They can't. The kick is up, and it is good. And twice tonight, the Rams have tried to call timeout. They couldn't get it, and both times it worked out for them, and the kick is good by Ernest. And with 32 seconds to go in the first half of play, your score, Vardaman 19, Smithville 14, 19 unanswered points for the Rams. And welcome back here to Vardaman, where the Rams have rallied to take a 5-point advantage here with only 32 seconds to go. Ernest will kick it off now. We're going to recap the scoring here momentarily after the kickoff for you. Ernest will kick it short to the far sidelines. Going to be fielded over there by number 2. He's up to the 30 to the 31-yard line. That is Gibson. Gibson surrounded and dropped at the 31-yard line. Recapping the scoring, on the opening play of the game with 10:19 to go in the first quarter, Lopez connected with Greer for a 56-yard touchdown pass down the far sidelines. Then Smithville came right back after a Vardaman interception, or rather a fumble in the backfield by Pratt, and Lopez once again connected to Greer for 24 yards out with 9:06 to go in the first quarter, and just like that, it was 14-0 Smithville. But the Rams came roaring back, a 15-yard run by Odie Armstrong at 5:39 to go in the second quarter, trimmed the lead to 14-6. Back to throw is Lopez. Under pressure, Lopez is going to be sacked. Jerry Mims dropped him back at the 17-yard line.
Not only is he a threat on offense, there he is on defense, coming with a big sack there. Tell you what, these fans have gotten back in the ball game, and the Vardaman Rams have really picked up their play all around.
That's going to run out the first half clock, and the Rams with 19 unanswered points, and they carry a 19-14 lead into the locker room. And a very electric crowd here tonight as the Rams trying to knock off the Seminoles here, the #1 team in the North now, in 1A now that the Ware is out. They were the favorite coming into this game, but the Rams looking very, very good here tonight. Let's finish up the scoring real quick. A 4-yard run by Pratt with 4:12 to go in the first half. The 2-point conversion was no good, so the score was 14-12 at that point. Smithville got the ball back, was not able to drive, and so the Rams got it back on downs, and then a 14-yard pass from Kenneth Scott to Philip Pratt as Pratt's second touchdown of the night with 32 seconds to go in the half, and the Rams going to the locker room with a 5-point lead, 19-14. We're going to go to Ken now, who has some more first half stats for us. Ken.
Well, for Smithville in the first half, they got things started off early in the first quarter, Don. They had 84 yards in total offense. And at the half, they have 73 yards in total offense. So that tells you how Vardaman is now taking control. It took them 20 plays to get those 73 yards. They have thus been able to get a first down. Individually, passing, Lopez now is 2 of 9 for a total of 80 yards. He has 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Individually, receiving, Greer has caught both of those passes and has 80 yards in receptions. Rushing, Gibson has 1 carry for 4 yards. Greer has 4 carries for 17 yards. And the big stat, the quarterback Lopez has minus 30 yards rushing on 5 carries. There's a big statistic there, Don. And for the Vardaman Rams, Kenneth Scott finally got on track with his passing. He completed his last 2 passes of the first half. He is now 2 of 9 for 44 yards. 1 reception to Odie Armstrong for 30 yards. 1 to Philip Pratt for 14 yards, and that was a touchdown pass. Individually, big night rushing for the Vardaman Rams. Armstrong has 13 carries for 81 yards, 1 of those for a touchdown. Number 34, Mims, has 8 carries for 51 yards. Number 10, Philip Pratt has 4 carries for 3 yards. 1 of those a touchdown. And the quarterback, Scott, has 2 carries for 7 yards. In total offense, Vardaman has 186 yards, and they've carried the ball or had 38 plays tonight, Don. Back to you.
Okay, so it looks like Vardaman controlling the statistical part of the game. Smithville, of course, able to get a couple of quick touchdowns, but the Rams not quitting and hanging in there, and we're able to take the lead in the locker room 19-14. We're going to take a station break. We're going to be back with more here at halftime from Vardaman, so stay with us. You're watching TV7, TV 34. And welcome back, everyone, to Vardaman as we get ready for the second half of play.
Robert Ernest to kick off.
Don Brooks along with Adam Gore bringing you the action tonight. Also Ken Johnson on stats and Russ Wooten now on camera as we're ready for the second half of action. Rams on top at halftime by the score of 19-14. And Smithville will get the ball to open the second half. Ernest will kick it off. And here's the kick, and it's going to be a deep kick down the middle. Going to be fielded at the 16 to the 25, the 30. Still on the feet across the far side and out of bounds around the 34-yard line. On the return, number 28, Jordan Summerford. And so Smithville will have the football at their own 35 is where they're going to mark it. So 1st and 10 to go for the Seminoles at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's where both teams usually were taking over after each kickoff. I'll tell you what, for Vardaman to stay in this ball game, they got to watch out for the big plays. Really, that's what's killed them so far, so they have to be careful for the big plays that they opened up the ball game with.
Opening play of the second half, Lopez hands off to Greer. Greer cuts it back inside up to the 40-yard line. A gain of 5 on the first play of the second half. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 5 here for the Noles.
This Vardaman Ram team also is fired up as they was going into halftime.
Gain of 5.
Rams have come back with 19 unanswered points after falling behind early, 14-0. Kimbrough goes wide to the left. Greer's your lone setback. Here's the pitch to Greer. Greer around the corner has a 1st down and more, and he's finally dragged down by Philip Pratt in Vardaman territory to the 47-yard line. A gain of 13 on the play, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Seminoles.
Tell you what, that's a good example of his speed there. He just busted up to the line once he got the hole and was able to pick up the 1st down. It really just ran into a brick wall that time as he met Mills where the two heads collided. It really, you can't say who had the head advantage that time.
They're going to try to utilize Greer a lot more in the second half. He only had 17 yards in the first half of play. Here they give it to him again. Greer straight up the middle. This time he stood up around the 46-yard line after a pickup of a couple. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go here for the Noles.
Yeah, the two key running backs met up that time was Armstrong on the tackle. So like Vardaman did, they're going to stick more to the ground attack. You know, Vardaman come out and try to pass them more than they usually do. It was unsuccessful. Then started taking over the ball game when they went to their running attack.
Greer now with 36 yards on the night. 2nd down and 8 here for Smithville. Kimbrough goes in motion. Here's the give to Greer off the right side. He has running room, and he bangs his way inside the 35. A 1st down, still on his feet, pushing the pile inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Hard-nosed running that time by Matt Greer, and that's why he's an all-state performer. Great run right there for Greer, a gain of about 20.
It is true. He's much like Armstrong. He just took him, once he got the lick on him, you can't hit him high. He's another strong one in the upper body. He's just able to work his feet and fight forward for a good 5-yard gain after the Rams finally corralled him down.
Greer 6 foot, 180 pounds. He's a little bit smaller than Odie, but a very powerful runner. Lopez hands it off to the fullback Gibson this time. He's inside the 25 to about the 24. Chad Gibson on the carry. Only his 2nd carry of the night.
Gibson on the carry, stopped by Cardwell.
Gain of 4 on the play, it appears. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
It seems the Rams have really been caught off guard as they expect them to come out passing like they started the ball game and really is able to establish a run early here in the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
2.5 minutes have gone by here in the second half. Smithville on the move now. 2nd down and 6. Lopez fakes to the fullback, gives to Greer. Greer cuts it back inside, has a 1st down, spins inside the 15 to about the 12.
That's a good job of holding on the ball that time as number 21, Tony Shaw, tried to strip that ball away, but Greer was able to hang on to it as he is finally brought down. It appears to be around the 12-yard line.
Pickup of 12 on the play and a 1st down for the Noles at the Ram 12-yard line. So they've only used 3 minutes off the clock now, and they've driven from their own 34 down to the 12. Lopez hands to Greer, straight up the middle again, and this time he's down to about the 10. Gain of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Cardwell was there to make the stop for the Rams.
Along with Cardwell was Eisenberg on the tackle. Really, this Rams defense has seemed to slack up as really in the 2nd quarter they really picked up their play and really come out sort of flat in the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and 8. Greer's your lone setback. Spann is the wing back. Now Kimbrough goes in motion. They fake it to Spann, give it to Greer, to the 5, to the 4, maybe the 3. Good hard run that time by Greer. He's going to be short of the 1st down, though, it appears. And it's going to set up a 3rd down and about 1.
That's a good piece of running, as you said. He really gets his head full of steam started once he gets the ball. And when you have someone do that, he's really hard to bring down. As you did said, he was tripped up right before he got the first down.
Smithville has come out here in the second half playing with a lot of motion. It's just playing smash mouth football right now. They've kept it on the drive the entire night, or the entire second half. Here's Greer. He fumbled it a little bit, but now he dives into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's such a breakdown that time by the Vardaman Rams defense. It appears they had him stopped in the backfield as Chad Williams slipped down whenever Greer made his cut, and he was able to dive in for 6.
So a good adjustment at halftime by the Seminoles. They come out in the second half, and here's our main back, Matt Greer, trying to stop him, and that's what they did. They just ran the ball hard, and an impressive touchdown drive for the Seminoles. They go up by 1 now, 20-19, and they're going to go for 2 to try to get a 3-point advantage.
Seminoles go for 2.
That drive only took 4 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock. Lopez wants to throw in the pocket, being chased, rolls out to his right, throws in the end zone, and it is incomplete. A diving effort that time. Span, I believe, was the intended receiver.
So like I said earlier, that 2-point conversion that was failed, it could come back to haunt Smithville. You know, with that right there, we'll give a quick rundown of tonight's sponsors of this Vardaman Round football game. Grenada Nissan, the Ram Shack, Ward Shortstop, Vardaman Tire Lube, Hawken Auto Parts, say Go Trent Parker, Pat's Computer Consultant, Pryor Funeral Home, Grist Company Store, Representative Joey Grist and Susan Grist, Union Pioneer Bank, Callan City and Derma.
On that particular drive, 9 plays for 65 yards on the drive. Greer had 39 of the yards, or 59 of the yards. So that was all Matt Greer just about. The only other carry went to the fullback Gibson. So the Rams will get the ball back now for the first time in the second half. Vance and Pratt stand back at their own 12. Greer to kick off. The kick is going to be angled to the far side, and it's going to roll out of bounds. So Vardaman will have the option of either taking it at the 35-yard line or making them re-kick. And we'll see what Coach Bray will elect to do. Looks like he's going to take the football at the 35-yard line.
No, I believe that would be the smart thing to do there. Just get your offense fired up and just see if Armstrong come in, much like Greer did, and just give the ball to Armstrong, just make his way down the field.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 35-yard line. First and 10 to go as Kenneth Scott, the junior, brings out his bunch of Rams once again. The manager in charge of the football didn't have the ball on the field, so that's why we had a little bit of delay there. Rams will have it, though, with 7:51 to go. They trail by 1 now, 20-19. This has turned out into a good one, what we thought it would be. A lot of scoring. Scott gives to Mims up the middle off left guard, and Mims fighting his way up close to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 on first down, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
As I said before, that's a great example of Mims' power as he just was hitting the line of scrimmage, able to fight forward for a gain of 3.
Dallas Gore checks in with the play, replacing Vance. They're going to mark his knee down at the 38, so call it 2nd down and 7 here for the Rams. 5 men across the front for the Seminoles. Greer, the middle linebacker, comes up toward the line. I formation. The give is to Armstrong off the right side. Nowhere to go. He is drilled at the line of scrimmage. Gibson made the tackle that time from the outside linebacker position. No gain, or maybe a yard. They're going to give him a yard up to the 39. So it is 3rd down and 6 here for the Rams.
Now, that was a good shot there, as you said, but the man really that was in the important part of that was Greer, as he was able to lock Armstrong up at his feet.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Rams. Possession play right here. 6:40 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Power eye offset to the left. Pitch sweep to Armstrong. Armstrong being chased, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield and dropped around the 35-yard line. Good pursuit that time by the Seminole defense. Several maroon jerseys in the neighborhood that time, and the Vardaman Rams are going to have to give it up on punt.
You know, Vardaman's starting out like they're starting the ball game out, so maybe if they could keep it close here, they'll be able to turn on the afterburners here late in the 3rd quarter and going through the 4th.
Greer is going to drop back to receive the kick along with number 8, Willie Lopez.
That is a dangerous duo returning that punt there.
Snap is a good one. Scott gets it away. This is a much better kick than he had in the first half. Fielded at the 35 as Greer to the 40, 45, and he's tripped up at the 46-yard line here on the near sideline. So once again, the Noles are going to get good field position here at their own 46-yard line with 5:51 to go in the third quarter of play.
That was a good tackle there by Jay Van Lanningham as he's able to take his feet up and running. That's really, just like Armstrong, really the only way you can bring down Greer is he's got great upper body strength, and he's really ready to turn on the afterburners and just break it down sideline as nobody's there left except for Van Lanningham to make the tackle.
1st and 10 for Smithville. Kimbrough goes wide to the left. Gibson's going to be your wing back to the right. Span, wing back to the left. Greer, your lone setback. Span goes in motion. Here's the give to Greer off the right tackle to the 50. He's to the 45, still on his feet as a first down close to the 40-yard line in Ram territory. A gain of 13 on the play and first down for the Seminoles.
There's an example of his speed again, as it had a number 74 for the Rams had a draft on him at the line of scrimmage. He's just able to turn on his speed and just break up and pick up the first down again.
Smithville trying to turn this into a physical game. They're just lining up and running the football straight ahead with their feature back, and that's Matt Greer. Now they're going to line up in the wishbone formation. Lopez under center. He's going to run the option to the right, and this time he's going to be surrounded and dropped around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Eisenberg was there to make the tackle for the Rams, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. They're going to give him 1 yard on the play. Second down, 9 yards to go. Call it the 39. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Been a quick third quarter of play. Not many passing plays. Here's a pitch sweep to Greer. Greer trying to get to the outside, gets a little bit of a crease, but he's dropped around the 38-yard line. A gain of only 1 on the play. Good pursuit that time by the Ram defense. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 facing Smithville right here.
See the thing that made that play open up was Nathan Sarton there on the block as he laid a good block on Mills as he was about to tackle him in the backfield.
So 3rd down and 8 yards to go for the Noles. Big play coming up here for the Ram defense. Lopez up under center. Double wing back set with Greer, your running back. Span goes in motion. They fake the pitch. Back to throw. Lopez surrounded and he's sacked. Rolando Townsend, first man to get there. Mims also came in to help out.
And the real lick came from Armstrong there as he come in as soon as the guys got wrapped up and just laid a good lick on the quarterback that time.
So a loss of 5 back to the 43. It'll be 4th down and 13, and the Seminoles will have to punt it away. Ernest will drop back inside his own 10-yard line to receive the punt. Kimbrough to do the kicking. Snaps a good one. Kick is away, and it is blocked, partially blocked. Picked up by Vardaman. They can run with it to the 50, 45, the 40 is Vance. Still on his feet to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Rams at the Seminole 30-yard line.
And guess what? The Vardaman Rams are back in this ballgame. Their fans and everybody's fired up. This is Vardaman Ram football right here. Just good pursuit that time. As Shaw was able to pick the ball up and run it. He could have picked up 1 block. He would have been going all the way for 6.
1st and 10 to go for the Rams. They're going to mark it at the 31-yard line. Good field position to open this second drive of the night in the second half. Williams comes wide to the left. Gore wide to the right. Here's the give up the middle. This is Mims. Mims down to about the 25-yard line.
That's just good solid running by Mims as he was able to pick up 5 yards. Really, truly, that's all Mims really is known as. Just pick up 5 yards, just like Armstrong. If you pick up more than 3 yards a play, you're going to get a first down every time. You got 4 plays to pick up 10 yards.
2nd down and 5. Gore goes wide to the right. Pratt lines up in the slot. I formation here for the Rams. 5-2 defensive front. Here's the give to Odie Armstrong off the right side. Eludes 1 tackler, but he's dropped around the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play at the most. They're going to mark him just inside the 25.
That's a good play by Greer that time. It's really he looked like he was going to go hit him up high, but he realized who had the ball and just went for his legs. He was able to leg tackle him that time.
Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Big play coming up here for the Rams. This is probably 4-down territory in this part of the field at the 24-yard line.
Tell you what, there's a dangerous man running out to the sidelines over there. It's Pratt, as he is the playmaker, and right now they have him in single coverage.
Richard Ernest comes wide to the left. Pratt to the right. The pitch is to Armstrong, the 25. 1st down inside the 21-yard line. He's close. Looks like he has it from this vantage point, but it'll depend on the spot as they mark him right around the 21-yard line. And the chains are over on the far sideline, so they're probably going to have to bring the chains across the way to take a look at this one and see if he has a 1st down. So the clock will stop with 1:58 to go in the 3rd quarter.
With this little break in action here, I'll give you this quick rundown. Pat's Computer Consultant, digital photos for Christmas cards. The number there is 601-682-7554. Also sponsoring tonight's ball game here at Carter Field is Grenada Nissan, the Ram Shack, Ward Shortstop, Vardaman Tire Lube, Hawkins Parts, Go Trent Parker, Pat's Computer Consultant, Prior Funeral Home, Chris Company Store, Representative Joey and Susan Gris, and Union Planners Bank in College City and Derma.
Well, it is short of the 1st down by a couple of inches. So 4th down and inches here for the Rams. They'll go for it, of course. 21-yard line.
No question is here, do you take a quick snap and send your quarterback forward, or do you just give it to the power man, Mims, and let him work his magic and pick up the 1st down for the Rams if he's able to?
We'll see what Coach Bray elects to do here on 4th down and less than a yard. He's got Mims and Armstrong in the backfield. Rolando Townsend offset to the left. The give is to Mims off the right side. He has the 1st down as he crosses the 20-yard line. That'll move the chains for the Rams. And they'll get 4 more downs in which to operate here with 1.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
That's where Mims comes in big when you need him. You have a good fullback like him. He can just power his way forward to pick up the short yardage you need to pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams. Philip Pratt out of the game right now as Mims, Armstrong, and Townsend in the backfield. They're going to give it to Odie off the left side. He cuts it back inside. Not much running room as he's dropped around the 18-yard line. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 facing the Rams.
Yeah, Odie Armstrong hasn't been successful all night in the middle. Really, that's Mims territory over this Vardaman Rams team. Just let him power his way through. Really, Odie Armstrong's more effective on the outside.
2nd down and 9 yards to go. 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. This could be the last play of the quarter. Scott comes up under center. Look for the Armstrong pitch sweep right, and there it is. Armstrong sweeping out to the outside. Gets around the tackle to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Odie Armstrong, who did a good job that time of being patient and waiting for the blocks to set up. And he sweeps it out around the corner for a 14-yard touchdown run, or a 19-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have regained the lead.
And there goes the fireworks once more. As I said, Armstrong's more effective on the outside. As he showed it there, he was able to turn on the afterburners and be patient as he carried it in for 6 points.
And Odie just went over 100 yards on the night, 19 carries for 101 yards. Rams are going to go for 2 to try to gain a 7-point lead. Scott fakes the pitch, wants to go over the middle, has a man open, it incomplete as Cardwell mistimed his jump. And the pass sailed over his fingertips, incomplete. So the 2-point attempt is no good. And so the Rams lead now 25-20 with 27 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll keep it right here. And Adam, let's talk a little bit about some of the other high school action tonight in 3A. You've got a big matchup between undefeated Kossuth and Amory, and also Shannon last week, very impressive against Senatobia as they take up against West Bolivar.
Yeah, a bunch of people want to see that Shannon and Amory matchup, but I'm seeing West Bolivar really. I'm impressed by them this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see West Bolivar pull that one off, as long as Amory win it tonight also.
West Bolivar, of course, played Clarksdale a very good game. In 4A tonight, there's a good matchup down in Louisville. Clarksdale versus Louisville, a battle of Wildcats.
I believe Clarksdale's going to come out in that one, as Clarksdale's really impressive this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see Clarksdale going all the way with it.
Wildcats, of course, trying to claim their second consecutive 4A state title after dropping from 5A to 4A a couple of years ago. The other 4A matchup of the night, of course, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Here's the kickoff. It's going to hit and be fielded around the 14 or 16-yard line. Good running room across the far side, and finally knocked out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. That's number 24 on the return, Billy Holloway, a 5'7", 135-pound sophomore, backup tailback, who makes a nice return across the far side. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 45. The other 4A matchup, of course, we mentioned the Whippets from Kosciuszko taking on TL Weston.
And I've been impressed by the Whippets this year. Really, I see them beating Houston, so I see them winning tonight also.
Lolly Dude thinks they're going to win too. 1st and 10 for the Seminoles at the 45. Here's the give off the right side to Greer. Gets a little bit of a crease and dives up to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 3. Very quickly, we want to mention the 5A games, of course. That's the last ones we haven't mentioned tonight. South Panola taking on Dante Walker in Clinton.
South Panola, that's all I'm going to say about that.
62-0 they won by last week over Indianola Gentry. Starkville also taking on Madison Central. That should be a good football game.
Tell you what, that's my home away from home there in Starkville, so I'm going to have to go with Starkville in that ball game.
Okay, that's going to do it for the third quarter of play. Vardaman regains the lead. 12 minutes to go in this one. Vardaman 25, Smithville 20. We're going to take you to a station break. You're watching Ram football here on TV7, TV 34. Stay with us. We get another piece of that bread. Oh.
Score from Faulkner. You ran 18. Faulkner 12.
Faulkner making a run.
Uh-oh. I laughed if Faulkner come back and won that one. Who's the power coming out of the south out of this one?
1A?
Yeah, this out of this group right here.
It'll be Scott Central or Mize or Pisgah.
I figure it'd be Mize coming out of that. I think whoever
good.
wins this game probably had a good chance in the championship.
I do too.
Second down 7 for the nose.
And welcome back here in the fourth quarter. And trying to get a little bite of this great sweet potato cake we've got over here tonight in Vardaman. Really some fine food they got over here tonight. Here's Greer breaking into the open. Greer to the 25 to the 20. He's off to the races. 10-5. Touchdown, Knowles. Once again, Matt Greer with his third touchdown of the night as he breaks it wide open.
And there's another big play I was talking about at halftime. Really, the Vardaman Rams wanted to stop that. As you see, they just break that long run there. But as we saw a while ago, they struck early, and Vardaman was able to answer. So your score now is 26-25. It's just back and forth for the whole night.
And like we anticipated, we talked about before the game, it may take 40 points to win this football game. Smithville now up to 146 yards. Total plays. Here's the handoff as they go for 2, and they just do get it across. As diving forward is number 8, Willie Lopez, your quarterback, who gets the 2-point conversion. And the Seminoles have taken a 3-point lead now at 28-25 with 11:46 to go in the football game.
You know, that could be the deciding right there, that 2-point conversion, as Vardaman has been unsuccessful on all their extra point tries tonight after they scored. So that right there could be a big factor later on in the ball game.
Greer now with 146 yards total tonight. Smithville overall has 216, so 216 the total for the Smithville team, and 156 for Matt Greer. Kickoff coming up as the Rams will get their chance once again to get the ball back. And Adam, what do you think about the big battle down in Starkville tomorrow?
Oh my goodness, I got my tickets, I'm ready to go. I'm leaving tonight. We're gonna get fired up for that ball game. As long as it don't rain, we'll be doing pretty good. You know, last year Arkansas was the underdogs. This year we are. And you know, I think we're gonna pull this one off.
And it should be a good football game indeed. I think it's going to be a 3-point game either way. And
Camara to kick off with an O.
very important game, of course, for both teams. Could mean the SEC West. Smithville will kick off. They're going to take a timeout, it appears, as the coach coming out on the field. He's not very happy with that, as they have to burn a timeout here on the kickoff team, and that's not something you want to do. Another big matchup in the SEC tomorrow, of course, Florida Gators against Florida State. Always a good matchup there.
Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup right there. I believe it's 4 and 5 versus each other. I don't know. I haven't seen any of the latest polls. But, I would love to see the SEC come out ahead in that. But Florida State's been pretty impressive here late. So that's going to be a tough one to call. I want to stick with the SEC saying Florida by 14.
I agree with you. I think it might be a little closer than that, but we'll wait and see. Of course, the Iron Bowl's tomorrow night. That's Alabama, Auburn. You can throw the record books out, and that could go either way as well.
Yeah, it's about like the Egg Bowl here with Ole Miss and State. But this time it's unusual. It's not deciding a bowl game this year, so I'm just going to stick with Alabama. Alabama's the better team this year.
Russ Wooten didn't like that prediction, and I'm going to go with Auburn. Here's the kickoff coming up from Matt Greer. And he's going to kick it to the near side. Vance is going to take it at the 20. Fumble on the play, and the Rams come up with it at the 29. Good play by the up-back man that time. Able to turn around, see the fumble, and was able to fall on it. So the Rams will take over possession at their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, Shaw just took off that time before he ever got the ball. He just started running. Then he just bounced off his chest. That's a good heads-up play by the up man, as you said.
Greer has a total of 226 yards of total offense, 156 on the ground and 80 in receiving yards. The rest of the team has minus 27 yards total. So it's been all Matt Greer tonight for Smithville. Rams take over now. They're going to go with a T formation, 3 men across, and they give it to the middle guy, and that's Mims. And Mims with good running room up to the 40-yard line. Ball popped loose. I think he was down. And they're going to mark him down at the 40-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Rams. A pickup of 11 that time for Jerry Mims.
Tell you what, the only reason that ball popped loose that time because Mims was the one applying the lick that time. He just hit the guy so hard he just couldn't hold on to the ball.
So first down for the Rams. They're going to send Dallas Gore wide to the left. Pratt goes out in the slot. 28-25, Smithville on top, but the Rams trying to get back to that end zone. Scott, play action, gives to Odie Armstrong, big opening, up to the 50, across midfield, and another first down to the 48-yard line in Smithville territory. A gain of 12 on the play, and another first down for the Rams.
I tell you what, there's one man still on the field that hadn't really been in this ball game. He usually has 1 or 2 big plays per ball game. That's Philip Pratt. So the Seminoles really need to keep their eye out on him.
You're right. Pratt has done a lot more damage out of the backfield tonight than he has from his wide receiver position. He's got a couple of touchdowns. Here's the give up the middle to Mims, who stumbles forward to the 46-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. Call it second down and 7 here for the Rams.
That's a good example, again, of his power. He just tripped up and he just bounced off a couple of men at the line of scrimmage, just fall forward for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
Mims now with 74 yards on the night, 12 carries. Armstrong, 20 carries for 112. Here's the give to Mims, and Mims, not much running room this time, down to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. That'll bring up third down and about 5.
I tell you what, the Rams really need to take advantage of that setup that time as Philip Pratt was in single coverage over there on the sidelines. So I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see them line up in that and really go to Pratt on here pretty soon.
Third down and 5. Williams comes wide to the right. Pratt to the right in the slot. Here's the give to Armstrong, hitting the backfield. Powers his way forward, though, to the 40. He's going to be short of the first down. But the initial hit had him stopped for no gain, but Armstrong kept those feet going and ends up with a nice pickup of 4 yards. And that's going to set up fourth down and 1 here for Vardaman.
There's no question you go for it here. I'll tell you what, you just give it to Mims and let him power his way forward as he did earlier tonight.
Rolando Townsend checks into the game with the play.
This right here is going to make or break your ball game.
Power I formation. Scott fumble on the play, and Vardaman's going to lose the football on the fumble. And Smithville's going to get it back at the 44-yard line. So a miscommunications or a bad exchange that time between Scott and Armstrong. They were going to run it power play to the left behind the left tackle, but Scott not able to get the handoff off. And so Smithville takes over now with 9:04 to go in the game at the 43-yard line.
Now the game right now is on the defense of the Vardaman Rams. This defense is really going to decide the game. Is they're going to step up and stop Greer or not?
And that's what Smithville's going to do, give it to Greer, and he's got a little bit of yardage across the 45 up to the 47. Gain of about 4 on the play. Second down, 6 coming up for the Noles.
Second down 5 for the Noles.
That was a tough break there for the Rams on that slip miscommunication on the handoff. Really, I don't understand why they went with that play. I would have just gave it to Mills up the middle as he can easily pick up the yard for the first down.
Second down and 6 from the 48. Here's the option. Lopez is going to keep it up to the 50. Dives for the first down around the 47-yard line in Vardaman territory. And it'll depend on the spot here. He's very close to the yardstick. And it is a first down for the Seminoles with 8:20 to go in the ball game. They'll keep the drive alive.
Tell you what, they got a generous spot that time. It appears that it looked like he was being about a little shy of the first down, but the officials did give it to him. You know, that play right there has really hurt Vardaman all night.
Of course, the thing that's really hurt the Rams, those 4 turnovers have really killed some drives. Actually, 3 turnovers and a turnover on downs that time. Lopez hands off to Greer off the right side. 45 to the 40, down to the 39-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. And the clock continues to roll. Smithville working on some clock now and getting some good yardage on first down.
Yeah, I do believe we just want to see Greer taking over the rest of this ball game, just trying to eat up the clock as much as they can. The defense needs to come up with a big play here, try to get a fumble or a recovery. The Rams are not out of this ball game yet.
You're exactly right. Lopez up under center on second down. Gives to Greer again. This Greer is going to have a first down to the 36-yard line. Ezell got some penetration and tried to trip him up in the backfield, but could not. Good hard running by Greer, and he's got the first down to the 36.
Yeah, that's what you get rewarded for scrappy running that time. Really looked like a busted play, and it's going to be stopped in the backfield, but he just fought his way forward for the first down.
Still plenty of time to go in this football game. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go, but the Rams need a stop on this drive. They can't afford to give up a touchdown and go down by 2 possessions. Kimbrough comes wide to the left. They send 3 wide receivers to the right. Little delayed draw play to Greer. Good running room to the 30. Greer to the 25, down to the 21-yard line. A pickup of 15 on the play, and another Knoll first down.
That was a good blocking that time by number 74, John Harris. It did look like he had a little jersey in his hand, but the referees didn't call it as he was able to keep Odie Armstrong from getting the tackle that time.
So 1st and 10, and now a timeout will be taken by Vardaman. That's their first timeout of the second half. 6:37 to go in the football game. The Smithville crowd comes to their feet across the way. We're going to take a station break. You're watching Ram football. We'll be back in a bit. $19 total plays for 177. For Greer, 19 carries for 177. All right. Let me finish my bread here. Oh. Mm-hmm. They need a fumble. Yep. And we're back to action here from Vardaman. 1st and 10 to go for Smithville. Lopez hands off to Greer once again. up the middle. Second effort gets him inside the 20 to about the 17. Eisenberg made the tackle for the Rams.
The Rams defense seemed to lose their fire that they had going into the third quarter, as they see a bunch of them just standing around. Really and truly, everybody was going to the ball beginning of the quarter, but now they're sort of slacking up. This is not a time for them to slack up. They're not out of this ball game. You get one big stand, and they can be right back in it.
Gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6 now for the Seminoles. Kimbrough goes in motion. Lopez hands it off to Greer off the right side. Cuts it back, has good running room. Still on his feet. Vardaman trying to strip the ball, but he's down inside the 5-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 to go here for the Noles.
Really, that wasn't a smart play that time by Shaw. He should have just wrapped him up and tried to stop him. As you see, he just drug Shaw forward and inside the 5-yard line. Drug him for about a good 5 yards, so that was just a really mental breakdown on the Rams' part.
1st and goal to go at the 4 for Smithville. 5.5 minutes to play in this one. Touchdown here would really make it tough for the Rams. Lopez under center, power I formation. They're going to give it to Greer. No, Lopez going to keep it wide open into the end zone for the touchdown. Willie Lopez faked the play, faked the handoff. Everybody went for it on the Ram defense, and he just swept it around the corner untouched.
That was a good play by Smithville. You know, the Rams were focusing on Greer. That's who they kept it going to. And as the quarterback was able to take it around the quarter for the touchdown.
34-25 is your score now. They'll go for the extra point here to try to make it a 10-point game at 35-25. High snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the football game, Smithville has opened up a 10-point lead now, 35-25. We're going to take a break and hear from some more of our sponsors. We'll be back with more from Vardaman right after these messages. Had to have a break to eat the rest of my cake.
You say, like, it looks like the Arkansas game last week against Tennessee. Quarterback screwed up for them. This is going to be Pratt's play. If they mess up a kick to Pratt, he's going to run it back. Watch.
They're not going to kick it that way.
They better not. They're smart. Tony Shaw hadn't done nothing either.
On this drive. Okay.
Greer kick off.
And welcome back, everyone, here to Vardaman Carter Field. 5:20 to go in the game, and the Seminoles now up by 10. After falling behind in this game, 25-20, they have regained the lead. They're going to kick it to Pratt over on the far side. He picks it up at the 24, or make that Vance. Vance trying to get some running room up the middle. Not much running room at all, and he's dropped around the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Pratt and Vance made the switch that time, hoping to confuse them and kick the ball to Pratt. But the Seminoles weren't confused by it and did go to Vance.
So 1st and 10 for Vardaman at the 37-yard line. They still have time, but they need to score in a hurry and try to get the football back.
7-yard line.
3 wide receivers come to the near side. Armstrong, Pratt, and Williams. Dallas Gore goes wide to the left. Back to throw is Scott, looking right all the way. Pass out to complete to Williams, and he is drilled at the 45-yard line by Willie Lopez.
Lopez on the stop.
You know, that shouldn't have been the receiver they went to. Pratt was open in the middle. He could have turned that on. As really, truly, the focus did turn over to the sidelines, but if they would have been able to connect with Pratt, I believe he would have took that one in. But I don't know, I get a little anxious for my Rams here, wanting to come back quick.
Still a gain of 9, though. 2nd down and 1 for the Rams. Gore and Pratt go wide to the left. Armstrong lines up as a receiver out here on the near side. He's got single coverage out here. Back to throw is Scott. Wants to throw it out to Armstrong, who drops the football. That was read beautifully, though, by Jay Morgan, 5'9", 155-pound senior, who was there. But you got to like Armstrong's chances of breaking that tackle out there against a 155-pound defensive back. but he's not able to hold on to the football.
I believe it's time to put the ball in Pratt's hands. Say, Pratt, you can do whatever you can do with it. Pratt really hadn't broke anything up this ball game, so I will be looking for him to go to Pratt on this play.
3rd down and 2, call it. 3rd and a long 1. Armstrong comes in motion. Rams give to Mims. They're going to try to just get the first down. They're going to be close, up around the 48-yard line. Not much running room that time for Jerry Mims. But he does have the first down, so that'll stop the clock to move the chains with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the game. And the Rams have it at the 48. Armstrong has single coverage over here against Jay Morgan. Back to throw. They want to go deep for Armstrong. Had him out there, overshot him. Armstrong had an opening around the 30-yard line.
That's a great move by Armstrong. Really, that was a setup play by the last pass as he just took a quick step and just blew by his receiver. Tough break there by Scott, not able to hook up as he would have been in for 6.
Good call by Coach Bray, but like you said, the pass was overshot. It'll be 2nd down and 10 here. Timeout going to be taken here by Smithville. Coach Bowling saw something he did not like that time as Armstrong got wide open, and so he's going to try to make an adjustment. And Smithville takes their 2nd timeout of the night with 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go. The Rams down by 10.
I believe those plays right there just set up Pratt perfect. They're probably going to move. They've been double teaming Pratt all night, so they're probably going to move him over there on Armstrong. So I'll be looking for a big play going towards Pratt's way. I've been saying that all night, but Pratt is due for his big play of the ball game.
194 yards on 21 carries tonight from Matt Greer. He's a leading candidate for player of the game. If the Smithville Seminoles are able to hold on, there's no doubt he will be the player of the game, as he is their offense, or has been tonight. At one point, and I'm not sure if it's still the case, but Smithville, the rest of the team had minus yardage, and Greer was basically all of the offense. 2nd down, 10 for the Rams from the 48. Scott back to throw, little quick throw over the middle, it's complete to Pratt, and Pratt is dragged down by Greer at the 44-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down by a couple of yards. A gain of 8, or let's say a gain of 9. They're going to mark him at the 43. So a gain of 9 on the play, and it'll set up, once again, a 3rd down and 1 situation.
That's going to be a matchup we're going to see from now on. Greer on Pratt, the 2 key players that's left in this ball game.
Scott to throw again, pump fakes. Throws deep down the near side. Armstrong wide open, complete to the 10, the 5, touchdown, Odie Armstrong. Same play they ran a couple of plays ago. And this time, Scott laid it right on the money, and Armstrong hauls it in for the touchdown. And just like that, the Rams are 1 point away from being back within a field goal.
Can you say Alabama and LSU? This is just like the ball game between Alabama and LSU. This is going to be a key kick right here by Robert Ernest.
Ernest will try to cut the lead to 3. Snap's a good one. Kick is up, and it is good. And with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the ball game, it's Smithville 35, Vardaman 32.
I will give us a quick rundown of tonight's sponsor of this great ball game here at Carter Field. Grenada Nissan, the Ram Shack, Ward Shortstop, Vardaman Tire and Lube, Hawkins Auto Parts, Pat's Computer Consultant, Pryor Funeral Home, Grist Company Store, Representative Joey and Susan Grist, the Union Planters Bank of Callan City and Derma.
6 plays, 63 yards on that drive for the Rams. Now the decision, Coach Gore, do you go ahead and kick it deep, try to play defense, or do you go ahead and try the onside kick right here?
It's a tough choice, you know. The running back Greer for the Seminoles have been playing a great ball game.
Well,
3 minutes, 20 seconds left. That's a long time to go.
We'll see what Coach Bray elects to do right here. If you try the onside kick, of course, if you don't get it, you're going to give him a good field position. I think I would kick it deep or try to kick it right over the middle of that 8-man front.
There is a dead spot over here at the 20-yard marker.
That's what they did, but they did not kick it far enough. Didn't kick it far enough, and a good play that time to call the fair catch by number 88, Chris Hall, who called for the fair catch. And if you're going to do that, you might as well kick the onside kick because they're going to get the ball at the 42-yard line.
All right, this is the game right here. It's on the defense's shoulder right now.
Rams still have a couple of timeouts to use, but they must stop the Seminoles here. 3:17 to go, down by a field goal. Lopez under center. Hands it off to Greer. Greer's going to be stopped at the 44-yard line. A gain of only 1. Cardwell was there on the tackle. Also Scott Eisenberg, the 300-pound junior, there to make the stop of gain of only 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
All these Ram fans are on their feet, getting behind the Rams, are only down by 3 with 2:55 and counting. They're still well in this ballgame. One big defensive stand, and they are still in it.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Power I formation for the Seminoles. It's Greer once again. No, Lopez going to keep it. He's surrounded in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Back at the 40-yard line, a swarm of Vardaman Rams were back there in the backfield to drop him. Cardwell once again on the tackle. And it's going to be 3rd down and 11 now. A loss of 2 on the play. So 3rd down and 11. Clock rolls down, and now Seminoles take a timeout. That's surprising.
Tell you what, Vardaman's done it all night. As soon as you count them out, they come in big. So big defensive play, like I said, that Vardaman needed.
So Smithville calls the timeout. They want to think it over, see what they're going to do here on 3rd down and 11. Lopez, 10 carries on the night for minus 10 yards. So he has been held in check pretty well by this Vardaman defense. And after the first couple of passes of the night, he hasn't done anything through the air. TV7 and TV34, if the Rams should win, we'll be traveling on the road next week to either Durant or Faulkner. So stay with us for that next Friday night. You get your fill of turkey and dressing, and then come on out and watch your Rams. Big play right here for the Ram defense. 3rd down and 11. Lopez back to throw. Takes a deep drop. Wants to throw down the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Greer. That'll stop the clock with 2:10 to go. And Vardaman's going to get the football back here.
That's a great shot by Trip Parker. Trip Parker really ripped the quarterback in half as he just let go of the football. So this right now, 2:10, that's a long time for this Vardaman team. Really too much time for this Vardaman team as they can score on a dime.
Lopez is now 2 out of 10 for 80 yards. Here's the kick, almost blocked. A high kick, nobody's going to field it. Takes a Vardaman bounce, and it's going to be touched around the 40-yard line as the official throws the beanbag to mark the ball.
I'll tell you what,
excuse me, Adam, the Rams have good field position.
Lane's already going their way. As you've seen, the punts all night have been taking Seminole rolls. Now they're taking Rams rolls. We have 1:57 left. It's Vardaman football time here at Tatertown.
And remember, the Rams can tie it with a field goal. So you know Ernest could be very important before this game is over. 1st and 10 for the Rams at the 40. 3 wide receivers come to the near side. Dallas Gore goes to the far side. They give it up the middle to Mims, and Mims picks up 3 yards to the 43-yard line. The Rams are going to have to get up to the line in a hurry. As the clock continues to roll, it'll be 2nd down and 7. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the game. Triple wide receivers come to the near side. Williams, Armstrong, and Pratt. Scott back to throw. Throws a slant, complete to Pratt. Inside the 49-yard line, a 1st down for the Rams. Clock will stop momentarily to move the chains.
Tell you what's a bad sign. Pratt's getting in this ball game. As soon as Pratt gets feeling stuff, he can make things happen. You know, he just break one tackle, he could be gone. So as I said, they're going to have to get Pratt involved. This is Pratt time right here.
Clock starts now after they move the chains. Official sets the ball. 1:10 to go in the game. Crowd is on their feet on both sides of the ball. Scott back to throw, looking right. Throws over the middle, incomplete. Good call by the official. The ball was deflected, so no pass interference. Odie was hit as the ball arrived, but it was deflected at the line of scrimmage, so 2nd down 10.
That was a good call by officials, as you did say. Really, that's a break right there on Smithville's part, as that would have been a for sure interference call.
So 2nd and 10 for the Rams at the 49-yard line. 57 seconds to go in the game. This has been all that we thought it would be when we talked in the pregame show. Back to throw is Scott. Scott throws. It is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Good play that time by number 2, Gibson. It was intended for Odie Armstrong, and now it's 3rd down and 10.
Question is, do you go for the big play here, or do you go for the first down? I believe with 53 seconds, you do go for the first down here and just see what can happen from there.
I think you're right, especially that you only need a field goal. So you still, if you get a first down, the clock will stop. So 3rd down and 10. Triple wide receivers to the near side. Pratt, the lone man on the left. He's guarded man-to-man out there by Matt Greer. Back to throw is Scott. Scott pass is deflected and intercepted at the 45. There's a flag down, though, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35-yard line. Goes number 42, Kenny Tipton. But hold on, there's a flag on the play.
I do believe it is going to be clipping against the offense, but I do believe it's going to be after the interception, so I don't know the situation on that. Whether or not it will give the balls back to the Rams, as I don't know my penalties too well.
If it's after the catch, of course, Smithville will have the football. They're going to wave it off. No flag on the play, so Smithville's going to win the football game.
I do not agree with that call. It's plain and simple right there in front of me that Armstrong got the clip. So I'm sorry, I don't agree with that call there by the officials.
So the Seminoles can run out the clock now with only 42 seconds to go. And the Rams are going to come up empty in the 2nd round of the playoffs again this year. 4 turnovers tonight have killed the Vardaman Rams. Every time they've had a chance to get down the field, they have turned it over. And Smithville able to protect the football and the victory tonight. And they're going to move on to the North Half Championship next week, where they'll be going on the road, I would think, to play either Durant or Faulkner. Rams are going to take a timeout, hoping Smithville may fumble it away or something on the snap. That's the only hope they have right now. Our player of the game tonight, I think everybody will agree, Matt Greer, with the big-time offensive performance and a good defensive game as well. The player of the game for the Smithville Seminoles here tonight. Just a tremendous game for Greer.
Tell you what, this is a sad situation over here. Is some of the Vardaman Rams are mouthing off here at Kenneth Scott. Really, Kenneth Scott did what he could. It's just a couple of bad breaks there at the end.
Lopez will go to a knee and the game will be history, and he does. He's not going to pull a Clint Sterner here tonight, I don't believe. And so with 20 seconds to go, the Seminoles are going to run out the clock. And another tough loss for the Rams here in the playoff action. But they played a good football game. Just came up on the short end with some turnovers. And Smithville, I believe, is going to be your state champions this year. This is one of the best teams that I've seen in 1A, and the Rams are going to come up on the short end. But a tremendous season and a great coaching job this year by Coach Mark Bray. But congratulations and hats off to Smithville, who advances on in the playoffs by a final margin of 35-32. We're going to take a station break. We're going to be back to close it out here from Vardaman right after these messages.
crap.
Fireworks tonight sponsored by Ward Short Style. Back in second, Vardaman. Alexander Package Company. Vardaman Farmers Gym. In the round. Congratulations to the Seminoles. Congratulations to the Rams.
Let's take everything down. Welcome back to the post-game show here from Vardaman, where the Seminoles have won it 35-32 over the Vardaman Rams. Our player of the game is Matt Greer, who had 196 yards rushing tonight, 276 yards of total offense. And Matt, you guys came out, you knew this was going to be a high-scoring game, and you were able to put 2 quick touchdowns on the board there in the first quarter.
So we knew we had to come out quick and score quick to get them under.
You know, and they made a good run back at that. And what did Coach tell y'all at halftime? You were trailing by 5, 19-14. You came out in the second half and just went with the power running game, and it seemed to work.
Yes, sir. In halftime, they told us we had to suck it up, just come out and play hard if we wanted to go all the way.
Well, I know the defense was able to hold there on that last possession. Vardaman with a big 4th-and-1 play. Tell us about that play. They had a little miscommunication in the backfield, and you guys were able to get the ball back.
Well, yes, they had a little miscommunication, and we just came up and just made a big stop when we had to.
Well, Matt, you're 1 game away now from another trip to the state championship. The Smithville, of course, has been there before, but you as a senior now have not been. I know you guys are ready to go after either Durant or Faulkner next week.
Yes, sir. We want to get there real bad, and we just got to play hard and do the best that we can.
Well, a big night for Matt Greer as the Smithville Seminoles advance on to the North Half Championship with an exciting 32-32 victory over the Vardaman Rams. And welcome back to the post-game show. In the locker room talking to Coach Mark Bray of the Vardaman Rams, who had a tough loss tonight at the hands of Smithville 35-32. Coach, you came out, they kind of surprised you a little bit with some quick passes, jumped in the lead, but your team made a great rebound, came back, took the lead in the halftime.
They did. They came out and did some things we hadn't seen on film all year, and jumped on us pretty quick, but the kids came back and got the lead at halftime, but things just didn't work out at the end.
They came out in the second half and really changed their strategy a lot. They used more of a power running game, and Greer really had a great second half.
He did. He came out and more or less took control of the second half. We could never slow him down enough.
Well, Coach, one thing about this Vardaman team, they did come up short, but they never quit. Made a great touchdown there before late in the fourth quarter, and had a chance to get down there, and just a tough break on the deflected pass.
It was. You know, we was desperate there at the end trying to move it with the short passes because they were covering us deep, and tipped it and picked it off, and that was it.
Coach, another big game, and this started to be a heated rivalry now with Smithville, and of course we want to congratulate you on a great season. The Rams only 2 losses on the season, both of them to Smithville, and great coaching job this year.
I appreciate it. We had the 13 seniors really made a big difference in the team this year, and I really appreciate what they did for us.
Well, a big year for the Vardaman Rams. Unfortunately, a game that could have gone either way, but Smithville comes out on top, and they will advance on to the North Half Championship. And back here to wrap up the post-game show, where the Vardaman Rams come up on the short end tonight in a tough loss to Smithville, 35-32. Adam, a very good football game here tonight, and like we talked about, a very high-scoring game. And the Rams had their chances down the stretch. Turnovers hurt them, but they were very much in the football game and never quit.
Also, that missed field goal and the 2-point conversion also is what come into play, as I said earlier in the ball game. But I tell you what, I've gone to Caledonia Academy, and really, truly, I've went for this Vardaman team all year. I felt good about them at the beginning of the season, the talent they had. They just come out on the short end tonight.
Great season, of course, for the Vardaman Rams, and unfortunately, the Caledonia County football season has come to a close, and for the first time since 1993, no team from the county in the North Half Championship. But it has been a tremendous season, and of course, we look forward to next year as well. And now basketball season ready to get heated up. Time to get up in the gym and get those old sneakers out.
Yeah, at least it'll be warmer. It's very cold tonight. I'm going to be pretty impressed on all of our teams this year in the county. I've heard pretty good stuff out of the academy this year, how much have they improved.
Well, for all the staff here at TV 7 TV 34, we've thoroughly enjoyed the football season. We look forward to joining you with some more basketball games coming up here in the winter. For Adam Gore, Ken Johnson, Russ Wooten, and Bill Morgan, I'm Don Brooks. We'll see you next time here on TV 7 TV 34.